and welcome to Life Lessons with Bobby Lee Jordan, the legend, Bobby Lee Jordan, live from Shanty Road University Studios, conveniently located in Hartsville, South Carolina. I want to thank our sponsors tonight, the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham and Howe, conveniently located across from the main campus of Shanty Road University. I want to tell you a story tonight that a dear friend of mine told me. He's no longer with us. Some of y'all may know and remember Randall Caldwell. Great, great man and a great friend of mine. I lived up in Pageland. Here's the story he told me. He said that when he and his wife got married and she bought a roast, she would always take one of those big chopping knives and chop the end of the roast off, put it in the pot, and cook it. And time after time, he watched her do this. So finally, he got up the nerve to ask her, Diane, why do you whack off the end of that roast, set it aside, put the roast in the pot, and then cook it? Well, the reply was, that's the way my mama always did it. Said, well, why did she do that? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. So they go to Diane's mama's house and ask her about whacking off the end of the roast, setting it aside, put the roast in the pot, and cook it. Why did she do that? I don't know. That's the way my mama always did it. So we're getting on back a couple generations now, so they said, okay, while Grandma's still around, we need to go and find out why she always did that. So they go over to her house, sit down with her and talk to her and explain things to her. They want to know the answer to this question. What is the big deal about whacking off the end of the roast, set it aside, put what's left of the roast in the pot and cook it? Why did you do that? Well, because that's the only size pot I had, she says. So that explains that. But nobody knew why. The pot was only big enough for a roast that big. And so it continued for generations without anybody ever knowing why. Now, I really don't know if that's a true story or not, to be honest with you. But I do know it's the truth that Randall told me that story. And it had a good lesson to it, I thought. Why do we do the things that we do, that we learn from our parents or our grandparents and their parents and so on and so forth? I don't know what may be going on in your life, your experiences. It may not just be to do with cooking. It may be the way you hammer a nail or the way you pull nails out of a board. We always used a claw hammer, but you know what I discovered? Another fellow showed me that a pair of channel locks works even better. So give that a try. Why do we do the things we do? Do you ever question yourself? Do you ever question somebody that you picked up on something from? Why? Why do we do that? Something to think about, something to ask your family about if you got any curiosity. So, anybody have any questions? No questions, good. Until I see you again, y'all remember to be kind, love one another, and for goodness sake, act like you got some sense.